666,736/17,077,500. Stash, Frostburn. Glyph Legion, Order Ray, Sever Tormentor. Ancestral, Royal, Flawless Ruby, Ed, Sort, Equipment Consumable, Tomb of the Saints Knight, Weak Precision Elixir, 2. Magic Elixir. Consume, Weak, Tomb of the Saint, Weakest, Tomb of the Saints, Consume, Tomb of the, has activated Ain, Keji's, Nightmare, Teleport Confirmation. Travel to Tomb of the Saints. Overpowered attacks deal bonus damage to enemies based on the sum of your current life and fortified life. Zakarum Chapel. LV. 86 to 91. Tomb of the Saints. Left mouse button. The knockdown status effect prevents enemies from moving or taking action for a short duration. It can be removed through unstoppable or immune effects. Sullied Crypt. Tomb of the Saints. Activate the release switch. 2. Keji Sten. Iron Gate barrels. Iron Gate. Wrathful, you cannot fury 100%. That skill is not ready. Wrathful Phantom. Fortify, that skill is not ready. Fury 54%. Ray, Wrathful, that skill is not ready. Last 100%. Ray, you cannot use that skill while you are at full life. Fury 66%. Armor and Iron Gate. Iron Gate. Returns. Ray. Iron. Wrathful Phantom. Fury 94%. Fortified. Barrier. 45%. Ray. Golden Barrier. 1000. That skill is not ready. Fury 70%. Wrathful Phantom. Fury, that skill is not ready. Fury 100%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 40. Wrathful Phantom. Barrier. Ray. Barrier. Ray. That skill is not ready. Fury 29%. Wrathful Phantom. That skill is not ready. Iron Gate. Wrathful Phantom. Barrier. 0%. Wrathful Phantom. That skill is not ready. You cannot. Stinger. Wrathful Phantom. Life 100%. Wrathburn. Armor with Wrathful Phantom. Fury 67%. You cannot Fury 100%. You cannot Ray. Barrier. 43%. Ray. That skill is not ready. Ray. That skill is not ready. Wrathful Phantom. That skill is not ready. 80%. You cannot. Wrathful Phantom. Barrier. 40%. Ray. Barrier. Ray. Wrathful Phantom. That skill is not ready. Fury 94%. That skill is not barrier. 43%. That release Ray. Barrier. 0%. Wrathful. That skill is not ready. Ray. Fury 20 is not barrier. 38%. Ray. Barrier. 0%. That Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Ray. That skill is not Wrathful Phantom. Barrier. Burns. Fury 74%. Fury 100%. Scorched Stinger. That skill is not ready. You cannot, Fury. You cannot, Iron, you cannot, Ray, Wrathful Phantom, that skill is not ready. Wrathful Phantom, minion. Fury 88%. You cannot, that skill is not ready. Barrier, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. 0%. Wrathful Phantom.
我还没准备好。
Fury 89%. Wrathful Phantom. Fury 85%. You cannot. Flop.
我还没准备好。
You cannot. Iron Gate. Barrier. 38%. Increases damage and movement speed. Force Stinger.
还没准备好。
Fury Powder. Fury Force Ray. Fury 22%. Lost Scorched Stinger. Fury 100%. Not you cannot. Wrath is not ready. Barrier. Superior Orientation. Scorched Stink. That skill is not
我
ready.
必须再等一下。
Fury 55%. That skill is not ready. Fury 89%. Ray.
还没准备好。
40%. Barrier. 0%. Block. That skill is Ray. Block. Ray. Fury 94%.
我还没准备好。
That skill is not ready. Barrier. 45%. Block. With blocking rack. 3 rawhide. Barrier. 0%.
我必须再等
Heavy
一下。
helm. Wrathful Phantom. Blocking Wrathful. That skill is not ready. Barrier. That skill is Scorched Stinger.
我还没准备好。
Ice Ray. 45. That skill is not ready. Life 100%. Ray. You cannot. Scorch. You
我必须
cannot.
再等一下。
Devil Axe. Ancestor. 45. 91% Splash. Scorched. Iron Gate. Ray. Scorched. Wrathful Phantom.
还没准备好。
Ray. Wrathful Phantom. That's Wrathful. Iron Gate. That skill requires a target. Saint, Ray.
没准备好。
Barrier, Scorpion. Fury 67%. That skill is not ready. Plague Maggot. Blocking Plague Maggot.
我还没准备好。
Life 70%. Blocking Plague Maggot. Life 96%. You cannot block a Plague Maggot.
我还没准备好。
Barrier. 46%. Barrier. Wrathful Phantom. Fury 99%. Black. That skill is not ready. You cannot Plague Maggot. Fury 7
没
Ray.
准备好。
Scorpion. Barrier. 0%. Wrathful Phantom. Fury 94%.
我还没准备好。
You cannot. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 44%. Scorpion. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%.
我必须再等一下。
Scorpion. Armor. Scorpion. Ray. Vicious Scorpion. That skill. You cannot use. Vicious. Ray. Vicious. Block Ray. You cannot. Block. You cannot. Wrathful. You cannot use. You cannot. Wretched Ray. Barrier. 50. Barrier. Wretched Wrathful Phantom.
我还没准备好。
Elite. Ancestral. Life 100%. Burning Ray. Wretched. Barrier. 39%. Burning. Life 87%. Silent Trousers. Ancestral. Not ready. Light Ray.
我还没
Fury
准备好。
44%. Fury 67%. Fury 100%.
我还没准备好。
You cannot. Vicious Scorpion. Barrier. 38%.
我还没准备好。
Club. Barrier. 0%. That skill is not ready. Healing well. That skill is not ready. You cannot.
还没准备好。
Plague Maggot. Barrier. Oh, that skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%.
我必须再等
Ray.
一下。
That skill is not ready. Wrathful Phantom. Fury 50. That skill. Plague Maggot Young. Wrathful Phantom. Level. Armor and Thorns and Fury 9. Wrathful Phantom. Barrier. 0%. That skill. Damage increase. Thundering. That skill is not ready. Heavy Boost. Fury 77%. Ray. Heavy boots, barrier, 0% sundering rage. That skill is not ready. Healing 100%. Sundering, reduce damage. Heavy, you cannot. That skill is not ready. Fury 77%. Fury 55%. That skill
我
is
必
not
须再
ready.
等一下。
Fury 32%. That skill is not ready. Negative. Fury 90%. You cannot use that skill while you are at full life. Sort. Caged Heart of Focused Rage. Vicious Heart. 665 item, 2-hand, swords. Caged Heart of Focused Rage. Sword. Ring. Equipped. Loop of Echoing Fury, neck. Equipped. Choker of the Dire Whirlwind. Ancestral Legendary Ring. Equipped. Bold Chieftain's Loop. Fortify, 26% slash. Fury 65%. Healing well. Left mouse button. Fortify, Fury 80%. You cannot. Fortify, 21% slash. Fortify. That skill is not ready.
还没准备好。
That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Barrier. That skill is not ready. Nightmare dungeon complete. Prism barrier. Ancestral. Fury 91%. Prism berry upgrade. Corpse. Sword. Consumables. Serat's Hoarfrost Demise Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Nightmare Sigil. Dry Steps. Keji Struck. Waypoint. Wave. Teleport Confirmation. Travel to Kyovishat. Fortify. 0% slash. Salvaging your items will produce materials used for crafting, and can also unlock Kyovishat. LV. 91. Fury 57%. Carapace Charge. Carapace Charge. Strife Agent. Ancestral Rare Two-Handed Visceral Pike. Ancestral Rare Polier Visceral Pike. Ancestral Rare Polier Slashing. Corruption Bane. Ancestral Rare Bitter Night Rend Corpse Pack Sanctum Plague Menace. Ancestral Rare Sword Slashing. 776 item Plague Menace Order Hewer Teamic Battle Way. Ancestral Rare Pants. 773 item Battle Way. Ancestral Rare Pants. 773 item Power. 773 Armor, -20 Rave Battle Way. Ancestral Rare Pants. 773 item Power. Raven Ground Pounders. Ancestral Rare Boots. 700 Raven Ground Pounder Pain Striders. Pain Striders. Grim Striders. Night Slayer. Night Visceral Visage. Ancestral Rare Helm. Visceral Visage. Equip Dexterity, Sept Eldritch Bounty. Ancestral Rare Ring. 784 Eldritch, The Cage. Ancestral Rare Ring, The Cage. Ancestral Rare Ring. 782 item Power. 25.0% Lightning Resistance 20 Weapons. 246,180,350 gold. 246,804,793 gold. Salvage. Repair. Salvage. Dust Devil's Choker. Direct Circle of Ancestral Charge. Direct Battle Way. Consumables. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Sigil. Faceless Shrine Nightmare Sigil. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Faceless Shrine Nightmare Sigil. Immortal Emanation Nightmare Sigil. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Nightmare Sigil. Hoarfrost Demise Night Twisted Hollow Nightmare Sigil. Twisted Hollow Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Nightmares. Mariner's Port Pallid Del Tomb of the Saints. Serat Immortal Emanation. Hoarfrost Elder's Cave Night. Dexterity. Intelligence. Zivak. Common. Kyovishat. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact. Corman Workbench. Craft malignant items. Invoker of Varshan. Malignant Invoker. Invokes an echo. Foul Invoker of Varshan. Invoke Tormented Invoker of Varshan. Malignant Invoker. Invoker of Varshan. Craft. Foul Invoker of Varshan. Craft. Invoker of Craft. Invoker of foul and tormented invoker of crap. Invoker of crap. Foul invoker crap. Foul crap. Foul crap. Foul invoker of Varshan. Item invoker of Varshan. Item received. You crafted foul invoker of Varshan X1. Crap. Invoker of Varshan. Crap. Invoker item. Intelligence, 2-hand consumables, consume item 2-hand deck equip immortal foul 200 or 222 lives bane. Magic crafting material. An herb used in the crafting of potions, elixirs and incense. Found in Keji, staff, storms sever battle way, sever tormentor. Ancestral rare axe, royal caged heart of folk sword. Consume royal ruby, elder foul invoker immortal sword not temerity. Ancestral unique pants stash sever tormentor. Skull immortal mariner sword. Immortal emanation nightmare sigil. Brutal immortal emanation nightmare sigil. Weak immortal emanation nightmare sigil. And Hoarfrost demise nightmare sigil. Ancestral nightmare sigil. Tier 40 immortal emanation nightmare sigil. Life 91. Stash frost get Domhain tunnels nightmare sigil. Akon's grasp nightmare sigil. Tomb of the Saints nightmare. Mariner's refuge nightmare sigil. Sarah scroll immortal emanation nightmares. Immortal emanation Akon's grasp night. Fists of fate. Elder's cave nightmare sigil. Ancestral nightmares. Mad Wolf's glee. Elder's cave nightmares. Elder's cave nightmare sigil. Razor plate. Caged heart. Akon's grasp nightmare sigil. Hoarfrost demise night. Akon's grasp night. Immortal emanation. Akon's grasp night. Tomb of the Saints nightmare. Akon's Hoarfrost. Akon's Tomb of the Saint. Royal ruby. Edgemath. Domhain tunnels nightmare sigil. Tomb of the Saints nightmares. Sarat's Tomb of the Sarat's lair nightmares. Elder's cave nightmare sigil. Gar's devastate. Primal choses. Edit tab. Edit. Elder's Cave Nightmare Sigil. Hoarfrost Demise Night. Pallid Delve Nightmares. Pallid Delve Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Edgemasters Royal Bone Blade. Ancestral Legendary Sword. Travel 5. Chamber 4. Salvage. Repair. Salvage. Elder's Cave Nightmare Sigil. Immortal Emanation Nightmare Sigil. Hoarfrost Demise Night. Immortal not Elixir of Immortal Emin. Sarat. Ancestor. Hoarfrost. Mariner's Sword. Equipment. Repair. Repair. Holy Zivak. Salvage. Repair. Repair. Kyle. Chamber of Lost Souls. Left mouse but powerful. Build changing unique items can be found in World Tier 3. Nightmare and even Chamber of Lost Souls. Awaken Cliffstone. Prism Berry Rune. Paradixus. Awaken Cliffstone. Left the fleeting gift of Mother Wise Leather Dub at Sort. Prism Rune Punt Wise the talent Rune the talent. Ancestral Rare Two-Handed Axe. Wise Prism Barrier. Prism Archon Faults of Disobedience. Ancestral Legend Prism Barrier. Ancestral Rare Chest Armor. 767 item power. Remember to spend your skill points when you level up to unlock new skills and passives or improve existing ones. D. Cole. LV. 91. Boars Show. Weapons. 246,756,793 gold. 246,861,404 gold. Salvage. Upgrade item. Repair. Salvage. Weapons. Sword. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Sigil. And Immortal has activated a Nightmare Dungeon. Teleport confirmation. Travel to Nostrava Deepwood. Salvaging your items will produce materials used for crafting, and can also unlock new looks in your wardrobe. Frostbite Trails. LV. 8. Nostrava Deepwood. Left mouse but malignant sockets are aligned with brutal, vicious, or devious malignant hearts. Wrathful hearts can fit any malignant socket. Wild Thicket. Frostbite Trails. Left mouse button. Interact. Nostrava Deepwood. Slay all enemies in the Wild Thicket. Stone Warrior. Stone 100 Stone Warrior. Stone Warrior. Corpse Axe. Stone Warrior. Go Rat. Wretched Wanderer's Boost. That spell is not ready. Barrier. 0%. Wretched Quill Rat. Life 89. Wretched Quill Rat. That spell is not ready. Barrier. 56% life. 94%. Barrier. 0%. Stone Warrior Corpse Bow. That skill is not Stone Warrior Corpse Bow. Barrier. 45%. Stone Warrior. That skill is not ready. Wood. Level 91 experience. 110,000 barrier. 0%. War. Increases damage. You cannot. War. Not ready. Roll back. Barrier. 0%. Character level.
还没准备好。
Click to open the character screen. Here's Stone Warrior Corpse Bow. Here's 100%. You cannot, that's your stone. You cannot, that skill is not ready. Fury 56%. That skill is not ready. Fury 100%. Armed Superbay. That skill, you cannot, Fury 80%. You cannot, Fury 100%. Fury 100%. Arc Barrier, 0%. 9. Wretched War. That's good range. 49. Rolling damage plus 5 for Stone Warrior Corpse Axe. Barrier, Stone Warrior. Fury 87%. That skill is not Stone Warrior. That skill is not red. You cannot, War. You cannot, that skill is not ready. Fury 62%, that skill is not ready. Skeletal Construct.
还没准备好。
Fury 68%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 35%. Next, that skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%. That skill is not ready. That skill, you cannot, Stone Warrior Captain. That skill, Barrier, String Shop it, that skill is Stone Warrior, Wood Raid. That's Wood Raid. You cannot, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 40%. Wood Raid. Barrier, 0%.
还没准备好。
That skill is Devious Wood Raid. That's Wretched Wood Raid contains Wretched Wood Raid. You cannot, Malignant Heart. Fury 75%.
我必须再等一下。
Fury 95%. Wood Raid. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 79%. Stone Warrior. Stone Warrior. Fury 100%. Barrier. 39 for Stone Warrior Corpse Axe. Fury 70 Stone Warrior Corpse Axe. Tree Bones. Skill is not ready. Fury 89%. That skill, you cannot, Barrier, 40%. That skill is not ready. Wood Raid. Barrier, 0% Stone Warrior Captain. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Wood Raid. Fury 95%.
还没准备好。
Not ready.
还没准备好。
Barrier 39%. Stone Warrior, that skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. With Stone Warrior, with Ray, Stone, that skill, Stone, you cannot, Fury 71%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 40%. Fury 100%. Resplendent Chest. Barrier 0%. That skill, Wretched with Ray, that skill is not ready. Wretched with Ray, Armor, you cannot, Fury 78%. Wretched, you are, Fury 51%. You cannot, Wretched, Wretched with Ray, Fury 100%. You cannot, Fury 80%. Awake, you cannot, Fury 100%. You cannot, awaken, you cannot, awaken Flipstone. You cannot, Fury 58%.
还没准备好。
Fury 38%. Fury 12. Fury 48%. Fury 100%. You cannot blood. You cannot blood claw. Fury 79. Fury 50. Grizzly bear. Fury 33%. Fury 98%. You cannot blood.
还没准备好。
You cannot, Fury 75%. Fury 28%. Fury 100%. Good Ray. That's blood claw. Grizzly, that's, you cannot, Fury 79%. Good Ray. Fury, Grizzly, that skill is not ready. Barrier 36%. Good Ray. Barrier 0%. Awaken Flipstone. Blood, that skill is not ready. Blood, you cannot, Fury 59%. You cannot, Fury 85%. Awaken, you cannot use that skill while you are at full life. Normal note. Awaken Flipstone. Allocate XP. Stern Caged Heart of Punishing Speed. Devious Heart. Fractured Waypoint. Kyovishat. Services. Left mouse button. Travel. Fortify, 20% / Fury 59%. Joining a party will transfer Kyovishat. LV. 91. Fortify, 0% / Fury 35%. Deep Order Wall, Proven, Stern Embrace, Proven Chisel, Power Strike, Conquest, Demolishers, Champions, Knight, Vicious Lance, Devastator's Symbol, Cavalry Embrace, Ancestral Rare Polyarm, Conquest Dawn, Ancestral Rare Axe, Slashing, 783 Item Power, 1073 Damage per second, Distinguished Champion's Legacy, Ancestral Rare Axe, Antique, Conquest Dawn, Ancestral Rare Axe, Slashing, 783 Item Power, 1000 Conquest Dawn, Ancestral Quest, Devastators, Cavalry, Conquest Dawn, Ancestral Cavalry and Conquest Dawn, Ancestral Rare Axe, Slashing, 783 Dexter, Demon Braces, Ancestral Rare Pants, 708 Demon Braces, Blood Antique Aim, Ancestral Rare Ring, 7 and Cruel Treasure, Ancestral Cruel Aurora Form, Ancestral Rare Ring, Fury 0%, Fury 0/1 Oz Weapons, 247,241,108 gold, 247,849,124 gold, Salvage. Repair. Salvage. Iron Blood Sovereign Tacits. Directly in inventory. Consume. Weak. Nostrava Deepwood Night. Immortal Emanation Night. Holy Decree. 2. Consume. Nostrava Deepwood Night. Immortal Kyovishat. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact. Corman's Workbench. Craft Malignant Items. Devious Malignant Invoker. Corman's Workbench. Craft Malignant Items. Salvage Malignant Items. Caged Heart of Punishing Speed. Devious Caged Flawless Amethyst directly in invent. Corman's Workbench. Malignant Research. Left mouse button. Interact. Stash. Severtorm. Conquest. Frostburn. Ancestral Unique Gloves. Flawless Topaz. Tomb of the Saints Nightmare Sigil. Akon's Grasp. Immortal Akon's Grasp. Immortal Akon. Hoarfrost. Akon's Grasp. Flawless. Caged Heart of Focused Rage. Caged Heart of Tempting Fate. Caged Heart of Focused Rage. Caged Heart of Revenge. Caged Heart of Determination. Caged Heart of Caged Heart of the Barber. Caged Heart of Creep. Caged Heart of the Unconstrained Beast. Caged Heart of Creeping Death. Wrathful Heart. 704 item power. Level 4. Flawless Skull. Sword. Caged Royal Skull. Akon's Grasp Nightmare Sigil. Akon's Grasp Nightmare Sigil. Immortal Tomb of the Saints Nightmare Sigil. Hoarfrost Demise Nightmare Sigil. Staff. Basilisk. Nost. Vicious. Sword. Willpower. Sword. Consume equipment. Stash. Left mouse button. Interact. Equipment. Dexterity. 705. Item contribution. 315. Kracia. Craft gems. All. Can craft. Royal Sapphire. Item received. Item received. You crafted Royal Sapphire. Item received. You crafted Royal Sapphire X1. Stash. Mad Wolf's Glee. Caged Heart. Royal Sword. Stash. Life. Whirlwind. Consumable. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Sigil. Consume Sigil. Cancel. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Sigil. Immortal Emanation Nightmare. Hoarfrost Immortal Emanation Nightmare Sigil. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Night Consume Sigil. Consumables. Equipment. Nightmare Teleport Confirmation. Travel to Nostrava Deepwood. Upon reaching level 15 as a barbarian, you will be able to unlock your technique slot. Frostbite Trail. The Helltide has risen in multiple territories. Nostrava Deepwood. Left mouse button. Items lose durability and become less effective when you revive from death. You can repair your equipment at a blacksmith. Wild Thicket. The Helltide has risen in multiple territories. Nostrava Deepwood. Slay all enemies in the Wild Thicket. Armor and thorns increased. Armor and thorns increased. Consumables. Sort. Expert. Weak third eye elixir. 40. Magic elixir. Increases weak iron barb. Weak third eye elixir. Armor. Materials ends. The fleeting gift of Mother's blessing grants it. The fleeting gift. Weak bludgeoning weapon damage. Quill wrap. Barrier. 43%. Quill wrap. Barrier. 908 quill wrap. Fortify. 41% slash. Stone. Fortify. 62% barrier. 40%. Block barrier. 0%. 100/100. Generated when using certain skills or taking damage. Shattering Warp. Relief. Barrier. 39%.
还没准备好。
Bone Warrior Quartz Axe. Champion. Barrier. 0%. Flawless. Bone Warrior. Flawless.
再
Barrier.
等一下，
43%. Wood check. That skill. Wood red. Go wrap. Barrier. That skill is not ready. Go wrap. Chest.
还没准备好。
98%. You cannot, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 42%. Fury 7,
必须
wood
再
ray.
等一下。
Barrier, wood ray. That skill is not ready. Life 90, that skill is not ready. Fury 90%.
还没准备好。
You cannot, that stone. Barrier, Stone Warrior. Stone Warrior Quartz Axe. That skill is not ready. Barrier, that
必须
skill
再
is
等一下。
85%. Tainted War. 43%.
还没准备好。
Barrier War. Fury 44%. 9. That skill is not ready. Fury 96%.
还没准备好。
You cannot, you cannot, that is barrier. Fury 72%. Stone Warrior Quartz Axe. That skill is
还
not
没
ready.
准备好。
Fury 66%. Go wrap. Super armor increased by 0.50%. Fury 6 Stone Warrior, that skill is not ready.
还没准备好。
Barrier, 38%. Stone Warrior Archer, Stone Warrior Quartz Axe. Barrier, 0%. 2 superior left, that skill is
必
not
须再
ready.
等一下。
Skeletal construct. Barrier, 12%. Barrier, 0%. Skeletal construct. Stone Warrior, Stone Warrior, Stone Warrior, Stone Warrior, Stone Warrior, Stone Warrior, Corpse Axe. Fury
还没准
42%.
备好。
That skill is not true bone slayer. That skill is not ready. Fury 99%. That skill is not ready. War. You cannot, that skill is not ready. Barrier, Stone Warrior Archer. Hit War. Barrier, Wood Ray. Fury, that skill is not ready. Fury 30%. War. Barrier, 41% war. Barrier, 0%. Revenant, war. Life, Fury 6, that, Spider. Revenant. Life 9,
还没
Spider.
准备好。
That skill is not ready. Life 96%.
Barrier, 没准备好。
Barrier 4. Barrier 0%. Spider. That skill is not ready. Life 97%.
必须再等一下。
Spider. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. Flawless Dynamo.
还没准备好。
Fury 42%. Fury 45. 77% slash. Fury 88%. You
我必须
cannot,
再等
you
一
are
下。
off response. You cannot fortify. 98% slash. You can, you are, you cannot fortify. 78%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 38%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%.
还没准备好。
Tree bone. Fortify. 98% slash. You cannot.
还没准备好。
That skill is not ready. Barrier. 44%. Wood Ray, Stone Warrior Captain. Barrier. Here, Stone Warrior Corpse Bow.
我必须再等
Fury
一下。
62%. That skill is not ready. You cannot. Barrier. 48%. Fury 35%. Stone Warrior Corpse Axe.
还没准备好。
That skill is not ready. Fury 82%. That skill is not ready. Stone Warrior Corpse Axe. That skill is not ready.
我必须再
Stone
等一
Warrior
下。
Archer. Fury 3rd Stone Warrior. Fury Stone Warrior. Fury 54%. Stone Warrior.
还没
Fury
准备好。
87%. That skill is not ring. Equipped. Bold Chieftain's Loop. Sacred Legendary Ring. 667 plus 15 item power. Stone Warrior. You cannot fortify. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 43%. Bone warrior archer. Fortified, 100% slash.
再等一下，
With race. Bone warrior, with race. Not ready. Barrier, 43%. Tree bone,
我还没准备好。
barrier, 0%. Tree bone, wall. You cannot, Fury
我必须
64%.
再等一下。
Fury 87%. You cannot, Bone warrior corpse. Fortified, that skill is not ready. Barrier, that skill is
必须
not
再
ready.
等一下。
Shattering the brain. Barrier, 0%. Fury 59%. Bone warrior archer.
必须再
Fury
等一下。
100. You can Fury 76%. You can Fury 99%. Barrier, 45%. Bone warrior archer.
还没准备
That
好。
skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. That's the good rate. That good. Bone warrior corpse spout. Barrier,
必须
38%.
再
Good
等
rate.
一下。
54%. Bone warrior. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. Bone warrior. That's Bone warrior. Bone
还
warrior.
没准备
Fury
好。
51%. You can that Fury 74%. That you can Fury 96%. That skill is
还没准备好。
Bone warrior corpse spout. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. Bone warrior corpse spout. Fury 51%.
必须再等一下。
Fury 78%. Fury 100%. Bone
必
warrior
须再等
corpse
一下。
spout. Fury 79%. 1,570. Bone warrior corpse spout. Good rate. Gypsy surge.
必须再等一下。
Barrier, 0%. Gypsy surge. Bone 45. 90. Gypsy surge jigger.
还没准备好。
Gypsy surge jigger. Elite. Gypsy surge jigger. That skill is not ready. Gypsy surge jigger. Elite. Fortified. 77%
还没准
slash.
备好。
That's you cannot doom blood you cannot 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 you phone with your phone barrier
必须再等一下。
Bone warrior corpse spout. That skill is not ready. Barrier. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Good rate.
必须再等一下。
Bone warrior. Fury 100%. Brutal. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%.
还没准备好。
Increase boost. Bone warrior. That's bone warrior captain. Minion. Bone warrior. Minion. That's barrier.
还没准备好。
0. That skill is not ready. Fury 100%. Discord get sword. Battle Slayer. Ancestral rare sword. Slashing. 767. Close enemies are those who are in melee range. Distant enemies are those who are outside of melee range. Kyovishat. LV. 91. Fortify. 76% slash. Plague Saw. Ancestral rare Plague Cut Guardian. Cut Discord get Cut Guardian. Discord Gambit. Ancestral rare two-handed sword. Slashing. 759. Discord sword. Loyal Knight. Havoc Slayer. Ancestral rare sword. Slashing. 788 item power. 1095 damage per second, minus 53. 797 to 1195 damage per hit. 1 point, bloody scale. Ancestral rare sword, slashing. Bloody, make, Havoc Slayer, Grip, Needle, Masters, Blood, Cavalry, Runners, Dread Blaze. Sake, Run, Bone Kickers. Ancestral rare boots. Bone, Wander Charge. Ancestral rare boots. Wander Charge. Ancestral rare boots. 786 item power. 393 armor, minus Wander Runner's Bounty. And Wander Charge. Wander Charge. Ancestral rare boots. 786 Wander Runner's Bounty. Ancestral rare pants. 764 Runner's Bounty. Stellar Tunic. Sacred Rare Chest Armor. 699 weapons, 247,953,147 gold. 248,561,824 gold. Salvage. Upgrade item. Repair. Salvage. Consume. Dexterity. 702. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare. Kyovashat. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact. Demian, Biladin. Imprint Aspect. Salvage Sigils. Nostrava Tomb of the Saints Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Tomb of the Saints Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Nightmare Sigil. Pallid Delve Nightmare Sigil. Pallid Delve Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Nightmare Sigil. Tier 44. Transform this Serat's Lair Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Nightmare Sigil. Nostrava Deepwood Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Magic Elixir. Equipment consumable. Immortal Emanation Nightmares. Immortal Sarah Mariner Horfrost Will Horfrost Immortal Elders Horfrost Immortal Elders Tomb of Serat's Lair Nightmares. Serat's Tomb of the Saints Night Pallid Delve Nightmare Horfrost Pallid Delve Nightmares. Mariners Horfrost Horfrost Demise Mariners Refuge Night Horfrost Demise Horfrost Pallid Delve Nightmare. Immortal Emanation Night Tomb of the Saints Night Pallid Delve Night Tomb of the Elixir of Undead Slaying. Magic Elixir. Increases damage against vampires. Consume equipment. Willpower. 663. Item consume Sort. Immortal Horfrost Demise Nightmare Sigil. Staff. The Butcher's Cleave. Bone. Havoc Slayer. Ancestral Rare Ring. 8. Royal Skull. Flawless Root. Edit. Sort. Stash. Life. 10,2 Sep. Travelers Beware. Dead Treebones Glade. Left mouse button. Treebones Glade. Nostrava Deepwood. Slay the Treebones. Highland Hand Wraps. Kate. Rune. You are already at Fractured Peaks. Challenging Shout. Rank 5/5. Defensive. Shout. Cooldown. 23.22 seconds. Taunt nearby enemies and gain 48% damage reduction for 7.43 seconds. Modifiers. Level 91 Wood Ray. Barrier. 44%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%. Fortify. 3020/10002. Wood Ray. That skill is not ready. 100%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%. Elite. Fortify. 42% slash. Will maintain plus 5% critical Stone Warrior Corpse. Fury 80%. Tree Bones. That skill is not ready. Fury 100%. Stone Warrior Corpse. Fortify. 63% slash. Oh, you cannot, 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 39%. Bone Warrior. Barrier, 0%. That skill is not ready. Bone Warrior Archer. Fortify. 8 Bone Warrior. Barrier, that skill is not ready. Fury 100%. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. Superior Healing Potion. That skill is not ready. Caged Heart of Revenge. Equipment. Sword. Seasonal items only last the current season. Seasonal characters will be moved to the Eternal Realm when the current Kyovashat. LV. 91. Fortify. 58% slash. Evoker's Finery. Ancestral Rare Penitent Bloody Brace. Penitent Greaves. Ancestral Unique Boots. 7. Damnation Form. Ancestral Rare Ring. 7. Damnate Gale Arc. Sacred Rare Crossbow. 600 and weapons. 248,674,457 gold. 248,831,085 gold. Salvage. Accelerating Marauder Axe. Ancestral Legendary
这一
directly
次
to
拆得
inventory.
不错。
Fury 7%. Caged Heart of Revenge equipment. Fury 0%. Ibda. Left mouse button. Stash. Fists of Fate. Great Staff Penitent. Razor Plate. Ancestral Unique Chest Armor. 700 and Caged Battle Trance. And Vicious Malignant Caged Ask Quack Consume equipment. P, Y, tab key, wisp, P, and P. Shop. Consumable, port, elixir, pallid, sort, up, sort. Pallid delve nightmares, hoarfrost, fractured peaks. Side quest, waypoint, fractured peaks. Quest, consume, old pallid delve nightmare sigil. Immortal Emanation Nightmare Sigil. Hoarfrost Ozran. Waypoint. Dry Steps. Waypoint. Fractured Peak. Hazar. Kegistan. Undisk. Dry Step. Waypoint. Waypoint. Kegistan. Dry Steps. Waypoint. Strong. Pause. Dry Steps. Dungeon. Fractured Peaks. Waypoint. Fractured Peaks. Waypoint. Waypoint. Fractured. Skoskalan. Fractured Peaks, Skoskalan, Dungeon, LV, Whisper, Waypoint, Fractured Waypoint, Fractured Peaks, Fractured Peak, Whisper, Waypoint, Stronghold, LV, Dungeon, Waypoint, Stronghold, Waypoint, Teleport Confirmation, Travel to Hidden Overlook. Direct damage includes all damage dealt to enemies that is not from damage over time effects. Hidden Overlook. The Hell Tide has risen in multiple Hidden Overlook. Waypoint. Consumables. Pallid Delve Nightmare Sigil. Immortal Emanation Nightmare Sigil. Consume Immortal has activated Fractured Night Teleport War Cry. Rank 1/5. Brawling. Shout. Be sure to fill up your healing potion at the healer before leaving town. Koro Heaven. LV. 86 to 91. Immortal Emanation. Left mouse button. Interact. Attacks have a 3% chance to overpower. This chance cannot be passively improved, but Kyovishat. LB. 91. Kracia. Craft gems. Torth. Add. Enabled. Enable all. Kin craft. Royal F. Kin. Unsocket. Item received. Youth Torso. Attack power. 4,406 Royal Emerald. Gem. Can be inserted into equipment with sockets. Royal Ruby. Royal Sapphire. 2. Royal Diamond. Royal Diamond. Royal Topaz. Royal Ruby. Royal Topaz. Royal Topaz. Gem. Can be inserted into equipment with attack power. 4,416. An evaluation of the damage you deal. Based on your offensive stats scaled with your current stats, the Butcher's Cleaver. Royal Amethyst, 16. Royal Sapphire, 2. Gem. Kin Fury, 0. Koro Heaven. Left mouse button. Malignant enemies are more difficult than most other enemies, but will provide powerful rewards if slain and caged. Borgo Heaven. LV, Immortal Emanation. Left mouse button. Close enemies are those who are in melee range. Distant enemies are those who are outside of melee range. Beaconing Labyrinth. The Hell Tide has risen in multiple territories. Immortal Emanation. Destroy the blood boils. 5. Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit. 399. Vengeful Spirit. Earth Banshee. Fortify. 21 various Vengeful Spirit. Fortify. Vengeful Spirit. Fury 49%. Vengeful Spirit. Fortify. That point is not ready. Area. 0%. Banshee. Shocking Banshee. Recap 100%. Area. Banshee. Dead Fortify. 77%. Fury 79. Fury 57%. That's it. You cannot. Fury 85%. You cannot, level no, you can, that is not ready. Barrier, 44%, champion. Barrier, 0%. You are invulnerable, vengeful spirit. Fury 62%, Fury 40%, Fury 60%, Fury 40%, you cannot, Fury 86%. You cannot, you cannot fortify, 80% flash. You cannot use Banshee. Fury 37% Banshee. Barrier. Vengeful, that skill is Banshee. Fury barrier, 0%. Vengeful spirit, That skill is not ready. Blood boil, that skill is blood boil, ready. 100% flash, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. Banshee. Barrier, 44%. That skill is not ready. Very vengeful spirit. Rise Fox Gift. Life 100%. Rise Fox 42%. Fortify. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. That skill is not blood boil. Blood boil. Barrier, 43%. Barrier doing potion. Barrier, 0%. Blood mega. Fury 74%. Recap, that skill is not ready. Recap efficient. Fury 100%. Blood mega. Barrier, 0%. Blood megas. Blood megas. Fury 7 blood megas. Fury 51%. Fractured peaks. That skill is not ready. Banshee. Banshee. Barrier. 43%. Vampire bat. Teosam for frost. Barrier. Teosam for frost. Teosam for frost. Teosam for Banshee. Force the Banshee. Barrier. 2056. Banshee. Barrier. 0%. Banshee. Fortify. 80. Block. Fury 71%. That you cannot, Fury 90%. You cannot, Banshee, you can, Area, 43%. That skill is not ready. Area, that 87%. Banshee, finish that Banshee. Banshee. 100%. Vengeful spirit, Area, 0%. Vengeful, 1,800. Vengeful spirit, Fury 27%. Vengeful spirit, Fury barrier, 0%. Vengeful spirit, vengeful spirit, blood, vengeful spirit, barrier, blood boil, 590%. Drop off to a crash. Not left revenue. 5.100%. Secure that skill you cannot that 1400 and armor increased by 0.50% per stack. Enchant barrier, Fury 96%. You are already at full life. Norm, rare node. Havoc. Plus 30.0% critical strike damage. Plus 10.0% physical damage. Normal node, magic node. Plus 5.0% physical damage. Life 81%. Vulnerable. Banshee. Vengeful spirit. Barrier. Fiery vengeful Banshee. Banshee. Life 56%. Barrier. Banshee. Life 100%. Armoring. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%. That skill is not ready. You cannot. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 38%. Barrier. 0%. Vengeful. That skill is not ready. Soulbound. That skill is not ready. Vampire. 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 Cool. Fury 53% revenue. Fury 33%. Blood makes. Life 90%. Blood makes. Barrier. 43%. Blood makes. Life 100%. You cannot Fury 77%. Armor increased by 0.50% per stack. Fury 89%. That's Banshee. You cannot. That skill is not ready. Barrier 37%. Vengeful spirit. Vengeful spirit. Fury 45%. You cannot. Fury 99%. Barrier 43%. That's still great. Fury 6 character level. Click to open the character screen. Fury 29%. Barrier revenue. Barrier 13%. Barrier 4%. Armor and heavy chest. Fury 6 barrier 37%. Banshee. Fury 96%. Barrier 0%. Banshee. You are all. That skill is not ready. You cannot. Vengeful spirit. Barrier. That skill is not ready. Blood makes. Life 90%. Force skill deals 1% X increased damage per stack. Fury 100%. You cannot. That skill is not ready. Barrier 43%. Vengeful spirit. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. Fury dreadful Banshee. Fury 100%. Dreadful vengeful spirit. Tainted Banshee. Barrier 20%. That skill is not ready. Barrier Fury 80%. That skill is not tainted. Vengeful spirit. That skill is not ready. Barrier 43%. Banshee. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Blood makes rip check the death. You smooth quickly out of danger. Blood Banshee. Barrier 0%. Blood makes. That skill is not ready. 37%. That skill is not ready. Pillar of the Eternal Bond. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. You cannot. That skill is not ready. Barrier. That skill is not ready. Nightmare dungeon complete. 0%. One pants. 1,000. Fury 79%. Awaken Cliffstone. Upgrade up. Runners. Sort. Lord Hate. Ancestral Rare Health. 751 item power. Upon reaching level 15 as a druid, druidic spirit offerings will begin dropping from enemies, which you, Kyovashad. LV. 91. Lurk, Sword. Silent, Slap, Touch, Runners, Mercy, Victory, Covenant Favor. Victory, Victory Flesh, Send Death Striker. Ancestral Rare to Death Centurions, Raven Torment. Ancestral Rare Axe, Slashing. 802 item power. 1001 Havoc Render. Sword. Ancestral Rare Raven Torment Havoc Render. Ancestral Havoc Lurking Star. Ancestral Rare Wand. 700 and Mercenary Club Grip Guide. Strangle Tormentor Grip Guide. Grip Strangle Tormentor. Ancestral Rare Gloves. 748 item power. 307 Stop Havoc Lantern. 6 Havoc Soul Deflectors. Soul Stalker's Reaver. Ancestral Rare Pants. 700 Soul Raven Death Rival. Ancestral Rare Chest Armor. Lord Hate. Ancestral Rare Health. Lord Hate. Stomp Legacy. Lord Hate. Stomp Legacy. Stomp Legacy. Wander Rival. Stomp Leg. Flawless. Wander Rival. Needle Rake. Wander Rival. Lord Hate. Runner. Wander Rival. Ancestral Rare Boots. 700. Have Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 item power. Fortify. 0% slash. Fury 0%. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 item power. 378 armor, -18. Attacks reduce evades cooldown by 0.8 seconds 0.8, plus 0.8. 32 Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 item power. 378 armor, -18. Attacks reduce evades cooldown by 0.8 seconds 0. Level 9 Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 item power. 378 armor, -18. Attacks reduce evades cooldown by 0.8 seconds 0.8, plus 0.8. 32.0% fire resistance 24.5 to 45 point evade, rallying cry. Rank 1/5. Defensive. Shout. Generate Fury, 20. Cooldown, 23.22 seconds. Bellow a rallying cry, increasing your movement speed by 30% plus and resource generation by 40% x for 7.4 seconds, and nearby allies for 3.7 seconds. Modifiers. Rallying Cry grants you unstoppable while active. Rallying Cry generates 20 Fury and grants you an additional 20% x resource generation. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 item power. 378 armor, -18. Neck. Equipped. Choker of the Mercenary. Havoc Lantern. Havoc Lantern. Stomp Legacy. Life. 10,277/10,277. Lose it all, and you're dead. Level 91 Vazan. Life. Stomp Legacy. Runners. Wander Rival. Ancestral Rare Boots. 764 item power. 382 armor, -14. Evade Quest. Materials and Will Intelligence, 479. Item contribution, 287. Damage reduction from bleeding. Damage reduction. Grip Gut. Lord Hate. Holy Decree. Renova. Armor Vendor. 249,074,352 gold. 249,557,059 gold. Salvage. Repair. Salvage. Wrathful Heart. Critical strikes and all subsequent damage within 3.1. Direct. Warlord Leg Plates of Might. Direct. Raven Quad Consumable. Immortal Emanation Nightmare Sigil. Pallid Delve Nightmare Sigil. Tomb of Sword. Equipment. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 Stomp Holy Decree. Left mouse button. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 item power. 378 armor, minus 18. Holy Decree. Zabak. Salvage. Repair. Upgrade item. Item. To upgrade. Zabak. Salvage. Stomp feet, legs. Slot transmog, on. Dexterity, Stomp Legacy. Upgrade weapons and armor. Upgrade item. Armor upgraded. Boots upgraded to level 3. Armor upgrade. Holy Decree. Left mouse button. Interact. Demian. Imprint aspect. Extract aspect. Imprint aspect. Aspects. Sort. Relentless Berserker's utility aspect. Relentless Berserker's utility aspect of Relentless Berserker's utility aspect. Relentless Berserker. Bold Chieftain's feat. Slot transmog, on. Equipped. Ghost Intelligence, 479. Item contribution, 287. Increases resistance to all elements by plus 24.0%. Stash. Storm's Companion. Offensive. Azure Wrath. Storm's Companion. Hunter's Zenith. Ancestral Unique Ring. Serat's Lair Nightmare Sigil. Utility aspect of Relentless Berserker's Relentless Berserker. Defensive aspect of Numbing Wrath. Defensive Parachute Iron Blood defensive aspect. Sacred Legendary aspect. 686 item power. Gain 2.8% 2 point. Great Staff of the Crone. Ancestral Unique Staff. Vigorous defensive aspect. Vigorous defensive aspect. Razor Plate. Raymalodni's equipped. Storm's Companion. Caged Heart. Stomp. Flawless Emerald. Royal Emerald. 50. Equip Raven Torment. Ancestral Rare. Frostburn. Health. 2 feet. Willpower. Ghostwalker Primal Sabotance. Ancestral. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. Consume equipment. Consume. Travelers Beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Left mouse button. Stash. The Butcher's Great. Weak. Brutal Weak Third Eye Elixir. 40. Not 4. That still is not ready. Leg. Feet. Slot Transmog. Strength. 846. Item contribution. Demian. Imprint aspect. Enchant item. Plus 40 point, plus 43, 42, 43.9, plus 40.5% movement speed for 4 seconds after killing an elite. Demian. Head. Slot Transmog, on. Equipped. Runic Skullcap of Grasping Whirlwind. Ancestral Legendary Helm. Materials and stat. Demian. Occult. Materials and stats. Ring. Equipped. Ring. Pro. Intelligence. 479. Item contribute. Two-handed bludgeoning. Slot Occult. Demian. Imprint aspect. Level. 91. Intelligence. 4. Cold. Shadow. Fire resist. Feet. Slot Transmog. Willpower. Feet. Equipment. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. 757 plus 25 item power. Item. Codex of Power. Aspect of Disabled. Craven. Disabled. Wind Striker aspect. Aspect of Perpetual. Ghostwalker aspect. Craven Ghostwalker aspect. While unstoppable and for 4 seconds after, you gain 10% plus increased movement speed and can move freely through enemies. Unlocked by completing Broken Bulwark in Skoskalan. Left mouse button. Select. Ghost Craven Aspect. You gain 20% Ghost Walker Aspect. Boots. Legendary Boots. 782 item. Stomp Enchant item. Damage reduct plus 40.5% movement speed for force plus 4 material cost. 13. 1 material cost. 13. 1. 42.1 material cost. 13. 1 material cost. 13. Material cost. 13. You will not be able to cancel the enchanting action once the occultist has selected your replacement affixes in the next step. Enchanting an item will also bind it to your account, making this item untradable. Replace material plus 29.2 plus replace affix. Replace affix. Replace affix. Close. Material cost. Material cost plus 34.5% movement. Replace affix. Material plus 7.5%. Replace affix. Replace affix. 8.0% dot. Replace affix. Material cost plus 24.0% movement speed for 4 plus replace affix. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boots. Material 24.4% slow duration reduction. No chain. Replace affix. Material cost plus 51 dexterity plus 20 replace affix. Material 59 no chain. Replace material cost. Stomp Legacy. Ancestral Rare Boot. Damage reduction from imprint aspect. Code aspect disabled. Aspect Ghost Walker. Aspect of eluding aspect. Relentless Berserker. Aspect of shared misery. Lucky hit. When you hit a crowd control. Wind Striker. Ghost Walker aspect. Aspect of eluding relentless. Aspect of shared misery. Craven. Ghost Walker aspect. Aspect of shared misery. Lucky hit. When you hit a crowd-controlled enemy. Relentless Berserkers. Ghost Walker aspect. While unstoppable and for 4 seconds after, you gain 10% material cost. 30. 12. Ghost Walker Boots. Legendary Boots. 782 item power. Upgrades, 5/5. 391 armor. Attacks reduce evades cooldown by 1.2 seconds 1.2. 43.9% fire resistance 34.4 to 59.8%. Plus 22.5% movement speed 15.8 to 26.2%. Plus 30.0% berserking duration 21.0 to 31.5%. 42.1% damage reduction while injured 25.1 to 43.3%. Imprinted, while unstoppable and for 4 seconds after, you gain 10% plus 10 to 25% increased movement. Boots. Legendary Boots. Material cost. Boots. Legendary Boots. 782 item power. Upgrades, 5/5. 391 armor. Attacks reduce evades cooldown by 1.2 seconds 1.2. Fort Ghost Boots. Legendary Boots. Stomp Legacy. Ass Boots. Legendary Boots. Boots. Ghost Stomp Legacy. Ghost Walker Aspect. Boots. Legendary Boots. 782 item power. Upgrades, 5/5. Boots. Material cost. Boots. Legendary Boots. 782 item power. Upgrades. Material. Imprinting this item will add damage reduction from bleeding enemies. 14. Ghost Walker Runic Cleats. Ancestral Legendary Boots. 757 plus 25 item power. Upgrades, 5/5. 391 armor, plus 391. Attacks reduce evades cooldown by 1.2 seconds 1.2. 43.9% fire resistance 34.4 to 59.8%. Plus 22.5% movement speed 15.8 to 26.2%. Plus 30.0% berserking duration. Consume quest. Aspect equipment. Equip aspect sort. Offensive aspect of the dire whirlwind. Sacred legendary aspect. 680 item power. Whirlwind's critical strike chance is increased by 8% plus 3 to 8% for each second it is channeled, up to 24% plus 9 to 24%. Allowed item types. 1H weapon. 2H weapon, power increased by 100%. Gloves. Amulet, power increased. Kyovashat. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact. Consumables. Off aspect quest consumable equipment. Pillar of the Eternal Bond. Left mouse button. Pillar of the Eternal Bond. Awakened Glyphstone. You are already at full life. Awakened Glyphstone. Left mouse button. Interact. Awakened Glyphstone. Left mouse button. Fractured Peaks. Dry Step. Stronghold. Kyrgyzstan. Dry Step. Dungeon. Whisper. Waypoint. Whisper. LV. Skoskalan. Undiscovered. Waypoint. Teleport confirmation. Travel to the Tree of Whispers. Upon reaching level 15 and completing the Legacy of the Magi quest, sorcerers unlock enchantment. The Tree of Whispers. The Tree of Whispers. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact. The Tree of Whispers. Whispers of the Dead. Silence whispers marked on the map to collect grim favors. When 10 grim favors have been obtained, claim your reward at the Tree of Whispers. Grim favors. The hell tide has receded. Your unspent cinders have been lost. Network disconnect. The game connection has been lost. Your client has been disconnected from. $50, $50, $50, 148, 60, 60, start game. Start game. Queued. Enemies are considered affected by rogue traps when they are within a trap's persistent area or afflicted with its harmful effects. Fury 0%. Level 91 experience. 13,977,550. Will 2 aspect sort. Consume equipment. Two-hand consumable equipment. Palette aspects. So immortal palette delve nightmare sigil. Ancestral night hoarfrost demite pazar. Waypoint undit pazar. Whisper waypoint. Girnday dry steps. Waypoint. Stronghold waypoint. Teleport confirmation. Consumable equipment. Upon reaching level 15 as a barbarian, you will be able to unlock your technique slot. You can gain the expertise bonus of a certain hidden overlook. LV, the waypoint, fractured Skoskalin. Hidden overlook. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact, the warning. Your return town dry steps Kejistan. The bleak expanse. LV. 86 to 91. Loose stone. Left mouse button. Interact. Succub horror corpse axe. Horror. Flesh thresher. Foothills of 9/9. Ruins of Kuriyais, stronghold nearby. The ruins of Kuriyais of Kuriyaisuna. The ruins of Kuriyaisu. Stronghold, LV. 91. The ruins of Kuriyaisu. Explore the ruins of Kuriyai. Loose stone, loose stone. Loose stone. Left mouse button. Interact. Kuriyaisu. You have reached your file 1. File Kuriyaisuna. First Kaisuna. File overseas. File 1. That file is not ready. File shaman. File shaman. You cannot, file 1. Barrier, 37%. File first night, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. That skill is not ready. Curse, that skill, you file 1. Fortify.
必须再等一下。
First night mark. Eternal fire. That skill is not ready. Fire shock rises spark burn. 96%. Rises, you cannot, that skill is not ready. Fury 73%. That skill is not ready. Barrier, that skill is not ready. Fury 100%. File 1, that skill, you cannot, file, you cannot, that skill is not ready. Barrier, first Vile Shaman.
的怒气
Vile Shaman. 85%. That's you cannot fortify 69% slash.
没准备了，
You cannot That skill is not ready.
别想再伤害任何人。
That skill is not fortified. 94% slash. You cannot fortify. 74% slash. You cannot the ruin you cannot use that you cannot do that in this area. Command I aspect sort choke pinnacle command I choker of intercom sacred legendary amulet 687 item power command I ancestral rare chest armor 762 item power Fury 64%. Tandal weapons 243,485,167 gold. 243,538,334 gold. Fury 44%. Salvage. Upgrade item. Repair. Salvage. Fury 18%. Feat. Consumables. Pallid Delve Nightmare Sigil. Consume Sigil. Consume. It has activated a Nightmare Dungeon. Pallid Delve. Tier 44. Dry Steps. Nightmare Dungeon. Tier 44. Nightmare Dungeon. Teleport confirmation. Travel to Pallid Delve. Fury 0%. Pallid Delve. Left mouse button. The Barbarian's arsenal consists of a two-handed bludgeoning weapon, a two-handed slashing weapon, and a main hand and offhand pair. Salt mines. Pallid Delve. Barrels. Containers. Salt casks. Cleaver. Maniac. Fortify. That skill is not ready. Fortify. Forger. Barrier. 0%. Forger. Salt. That maniac. Cleaver. Fortify. Barrier. 42%. Damage increase.
没准备了，
That's warm up. That's weak acrobat. You cannot use that skill while you are flawless sword. Siege attrition. Ancestral rare two-handed mace. Bludgeoning. Siege attrition. Ancestral rare two-handed mace. Bludgeoning. 786 item power. 2,174 damage per second. Plus 219. 1,933 to 2,899 damage per hit. 0.90 attack. Siege attrition. Shadow ruin. Ancestral rare mace. Bludgeoning. 771 item power. 1,024 damage per second. -1. Shadow aspects. Consumables. Weak Tomb of Sword. Weak iron. Immortal emanation nightmare sigil. Ancestral Nightmare Sigil. Tier 45. Fury 0% Forger. Tier 100% Fortify. Maniac. Minion.
我必须再等一下。
0%. Cleaver. Barrier. Holy agent cleaver. Fury 100. That skill is not ready. Life 100%. Cleaver. That skill world cleaver. Fury 80%. Fury 55%. Maniac. Barrier. 0%. Life 88%.
还没准备好。
That skill is not ready. Fury 60%. Execution.
还没准备好。
You cannot.
必须再等一下。
That skill is not ready. That skill is not cleaver.
还没准备好。
Cleaver. That skill weather 2. Fury 73%. Pep. You cannot. You cannot. Fury
还没准备
100%.
好。
You cannot. Dire. You are. You cannot. 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 You can. You cannot. You cannot.
还没准备好。
Level 3%. Skill for Forge 91. Flame Mercenary. Fury 51%. Fury 100%. Barrier 44 Cleaver.
还没准备好。
Barrier Vengeful Spirit. Fury 75%. Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit. Fury 99%.
还没准备好。
Burning. You cannot. Burning Dead Corpse Spout. Barrier 47%. Flame Mercenary. Burning Dead Corpse Spout. Fury 51%. Burning Dead Captain. Fury 100%. That skill burning. That skill is burning. You cannot. Burning Dead Corpse Axe. Fury 70. Burning Dead Corpse Axe. Burning Dead Corpse Axe. Barrier 0%.
我还没准备好。
That skill is not ready. Burning Dead Archer. Burning Dead Corpse Axe. Barrier 38%. That's 1,555 gold. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Fury 61%. Fury 82%. Armor and Forger. Barrier 0%. Forger. Crack. You are that equal shrine. You cannot make exit. That skill is not ready. Barrier 38%. Execution.
还没准备好。
0%. Cleaver. Forger. Level. That skill is Barrier
还没准备
38%.
好。
Extreme. Barrier 0%. Execution. Make Windy Forger.
还没准备好。
You cannot. Fury 56%. Fury 83%. Barrier 39%.
还没准备好。
Bar Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Life 85%. That
I need to play.
Life 89%. That skill is not ready. Life 100%. Encrusted key. Barrier 0%.
我必须再等一下。
That chest. Left mouse button. Fortify 87% slash. That slain you that fortify 66% slash. That skill you that's Barb shadow touch. Barb shadow touch. Barrier 0% execution. Barb shadow touch. Life 76%. Barb shadow touch. Barb shadow. Barb shadow touch. Barb shadow touch. Barb shadow touch. Barrier. Barb shadow touch.
I need to play.
85% slash. You that 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 that you you
I need to
that
play.
you that you that Barrier 44%. Talk for burning death. Barrier
I need to play.
0%. 84/100. Senate plate 3. Burning slot barrier 41. Burning dead corpse stop. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Skeletal survey. That skill is not fortified. 89% slash. Fury 80%. That's Fury burning death. Fury 98%. That Burning dead. Skeletal construct. Stone wall. Fury 77%. Restart flasher.
必须再等一下。
Restart flasher. Fury 91%. Restart flasher.
还没准备好。
Flasher. Barrier. Zero. Restart flasher. Restart flasher. Restart flasher. Restart flasher.
必须再等一下。
Restart flasher. Barrier. 63%. Burning dead archer. Barrier. 0%. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Burn. You cannot.
还没准备好。
That skill. Burning dead. That skill is arachnid horror. Burning dead archer.
需要更多的力
Fury 22.
气。
Burning dead
还没
archer.
准备好。
Fury 100%. That skill is not burning that skill burning dead arachnid burning dead barrier burning dead toxic lurker. Fury 57%.
我的怒气不
Fury that skill is not ready. Fury 92%.
还没准备好。
Burn that skill is not ready. Burning dead 12 stacks. Fury 43%. Burning dead. Burning dead 12 stacks. Champion. Burning dead 12 stacks. Burning dead 12. Burning dead. Life that skill is burning dead 12 stacks. Life
还没准备
94%.
好。
Plague 3. Barrier 0%. Flawless. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Barrier 37%. Feet. Slot transmog. On. Strength. Legs. Feet. Slot transmog. On. Equipped. Ghostwalker runic cleat. Barrier. 0% fortified. 100% slash. Feet. High tank neck. Equipped. Choker of the top or first direct toxic. Burn toxic. Toxic lurker. Burning dead 4 stacks. Walking burning dead captain. Toxic lurker. Barrier 0%.
还没准备好。
Toxic burning dead of fortified. Barrier 93%. Fury 94%. That skill is not ready.
我必须再等
Barrier
一下。
0%. Burning dead. Fortified. 100% slash. You cannot. Burn.
我必须再等
That
一下
skill。is not ready. Barrier. Skeletal construct. Skeletal construct. Barrier. 0%.
还没准备
That
好。
skill is not ready. That's burning dead. Fury 51%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. That skill
必
is
须
not
再
ready.
等一下。
Barrier. 0%. Delete. Fury 99%. Arm. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 40. That skill is not ready. Arminal Puzzlister. Arminal Puzzlister. Delete. Fury 52. That skill is not ready. You cannot. Fury 81%. You cannot. Barrier. 43%. That Fury 60%. That skill is not ready. Burning dead. That skill is not ready. Life 85%.
我还没准备
That's
好。
armor rack. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Fury 100%. Skeletal construct. Delete. Barrier.
必须再等一下。
0%. Skeletal construct. Barrier. Azor burning dead. Barrier.
还没
0%.
准备好。
Irade part call. Delete. Life 100%. Irade. Damn it. You cannot. That's Irade's part call. Delete. Irade's part call. Irade's part call. Delete. That skill is Irade's part call. That skill is not ready. Irade's part call. Irade's part call. That skill is Irade's part call. That skill is not ready. Fury 78%. That skill is not ready. You cannot. That's you cannot. Fury 100%. You cannot use that. Dry steps. Healing well. Top.
Barrier.
38%. Toxic hit. Barrier. 0%.
还没准备好。
Toxic. That skill is not ready. Malignant heart. That skill is not ready. Brutal toxic lurker. That skill is not ready.
必须再等一下。
Brutal. Barrier. 37%.
还没准备好。
Burning dead. Barrier. That skill is not ready. 81%. Flop battle. Flop. Flamberga.
你必须再等一下。
Flamberga. Sacred. Asp. Sword. Caged Heart of Revenge. Brutal Heart. Caged Heart of Revenge. Keji. Fractured Peak Waypoint. Wait. Teleport confirmation. Travel to Kyovashat. Gems can fit any malignant socket, but must be removed at a jeweler to make room for a malignant heart. Kyovashat. LB. 91. Fortify. 53% / Guard Gambit. Guard Teeming Ruin. Ancestral Rare 2 Cut Agent. Hero Gear Cut Agent. Hero Gear. Ancestral Rare 2-handed Hero Gear Hellhammer. Ancestral Unique 2-handed Siege Attrition. Ancestral Rare 2-handed Mace, Bludgeoning. 700 and Devastator's Omen. Slam, Armor, Loath Legion. Master's Chisel. Hummel Anvil. Hummel Armageddon, Hummel Anvil, Armageddon Fit, Journeyman Bond, Journeyman Spine. Ancestral Rare Boots, Antique Salvation. Ancestral Rare Ring. 702 Archon Fall Stern Armament Stern Armament Beast Crown Lurking Peak. Ancestral Rare Helm Lurking Peak. Ancestral Rare Helm. 801 Item Power. Weapon 244,079,831 gold. 244,668,040 gold. Salvage. Repair. Salvage. Ironhold Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Nightmare Sigil. Tier 40 Domhain Tunnels Nightmare Sigil. Ath Quest. Sort. Holy Decree. Consumable. Sort. Elder's Cave Nightmare Sigil. Kyovashat. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact. Corman Workbench. Craft malignant items. Salvage malignant items. Caged Heart of Revenge. Caged Heart of Revenge. Caged Heart of Revenge. Caged Heart of Revenge. Brutal Heart. Flawless Amethyst. 4. Gem. Can be inserted into equipment with sockets. Weapon. Plus stash. Left stash. Frostburn. Royal Skull. Antique Flop. You do not have an Royal Ruby. Great Staff. Antique Salvate. Health. Siege. Caged Heart of Revenge. Brutal Heart. It consists. Whispering. Brutal. Wrathful. Will. Dexterity. 647. Fury. 0. Equipment. Evade. Cursed Ruins. Left mouse button. The barbarian carries an entire arsenal consisting of 4 weapons with them at all times. Which Cursed Ruins. Pallid Delve. Travel to the Bane of the Ancients. Character Bat. Flamberga. Fractured Peaks. Healing Well. Left mouse button. Interact. Bane of the Ancients. Pallid Delve. Looking for Tomb Lord. Fury. You cannot fortify. 24% slash.
还没准备好。
You cannot Fury 70, Fury 50%. You cannot beat Skeleton Archer. Fury 81%. You cannot Journal. Heavens. Awakened Glyphstone. You are already Awakened Glyphstone. Left allocate XP. Earth Wander Sword. Earthquake Beast Brimstone Scar. Brimstone Stead Wander Favor. Ancestral Rare Pants. Glyph Grease. Glyph Runner's End. Runic Road Gambit. Ancestral Rare Boots. Runic Leggings of Might. Wander Favor. Ancestral Rare Pen. Fortify, 0% slash. Charnel House Nightmare Sigil. When you grow powerful enough, an occultist can extract and replace the powers on your legendary items. Ked Bardu. LV. 91. Fury 44%. Ked Bardu. Waypoint. 3. 1. Delt Armor Vendor. 244,758,929 gold. 244,904,682 gold. Salvage. Repair. Salvage. Consume. Charnel House Nightmare Sigil. Domhain. Hoarfrost Demise. Immortal M. Tomb of Dexterity. 647. Item Contribution. 301. Increases critical strike chance by plus 13.0%. Increases dodge chance by plus 6.5%. Fury 0%. You cannot do that in this area. Oxen God of the East. No man. No man. No occultist. Imprint aspect. Extract aspect. Material aspect. Sort. Dexterity. 602. Consume. Charnel. Consume sigil. Charnel House Nightmares. 2. Sort. Charnel House. Domhain Tunnels Nightmare Sigil. Charnel House. Consume sigil. Hoarfrost. Disactivate. Nightmare done. Night teleport confirmation. Travel to Charnel House. Rogues can use imbuement skills to modify some of their attacks to deal different types of elemental damage and apply Baldma Bushland. Charnel House. Left mouse button. Activate any waypoints that you encounter on your travels to unlock a new fast travel location. Meat storage. Charnel House. Character level 90. Level 90. Level 90. Superior healing potion. Potion. Heals 1. Jail door. Maniac. Maniac. Gorgeous. You cannot, door, you cannot, Gorger. 88%. Vicious, that's the fish, and vicious, snake, you cannot afford barrier, 8%.
I made your way.
0%. You cannot use that skill while you are normal node, fortify, 7,849/10,600. Life, 10,600/10,600. Lose it all, and you're dead. Fort Warcraft expand. Fortify, 27% / Fury 68%. Caged, Spirit Proven Bane. Spirit Legion. Ancestral Rare Two-Handed Mace, Bludgeoning. 754 Item Power. Fury 48%. Caged Prisoner. Fury 28. Gorger. Gorger. Fortify. Gorger. Maniac. Executioner. Executioner. Fury 28%. Executioner. Fury 100%. Gorger. Barrier 0%. Lord, that skill is not ready. Fury Prisoner remains. Barrier 39%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Fury 100%. That mania. You cannot. That skill is not ready. Prisoner remains. Fury 80%. Caged. That skill is not ready. Life 100%. Glorious. Vicious. You cannot. Make Gorger. Make that skill is not ready. Executioner. Fury 80%. Life 100%. That skill is flawless.
我还没准备好。
You cannot export your you can execution export your 37 that skill is not ready.
我还没准备好。
Barrier 0 that skill is not ready. Fury 86%. Forward you cannot stride you cannot guard you cannot guard up you cannot guard up guard up you cannot guard up you cannot guard up you cannot that skill is not ready. Guard up Spellbinder. Barrier 0%. That charnel house. Use the feeding pit key to open the feeding pit gate. Flawless Strider's hip, paint, sort, lurking mask. Ancestral rare helm. 738 item power. Door. Left mouse button. You cannot, door, you cannot, you thunder, you cannot, shattering food, open rack, barrier, 0%. Thundering Forger. 99%. That skill is called weapon. Broad axe. You cannot. You cannot. X gorge. You cannot. You cannot. You gorge. You can Barrier. 43%. Jail door. Barrier. 0%. 1006. That's lever. Fury 60. 100%. You cannot cleaver. You cannot forger. You cannot. Fury 7. That skill is not ready. Fury 55%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. That's gourd. That's Fury 100%. You cannot be forged. You cannot. You can. You cannot. You cannot leave. Executioner. 0%. Forger. Is not ready. Life 100%. Great. Report. Shocking execution. Scorching executioner. Elite. That skill is not Fury 90%. Door. That skill is you cannot door. You cannot. 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 You can. You cannot. 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 Play. That skill is not ready. Whole act flawless. That skill you cannot. You cannot. You can. Flawless. You can. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You can. Barrier 43%. Plague maggot. Plague maggot. Barrier 0 executioner. Fury 63%. That skill is not ready. Fury destroying abomination. Barrier 43%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Corpse pile. That skill is not ready. Barrier 38. Corpse pile. Barrier 0%. 85%. Gothic. You cannot. You cannot. Fury 64%. You cannot. You cannot. Coven. Glory. You cannot. Fury 91%. You cannot. You plague. You cannot. Plague. 43%. Plague maggot. Plague maggot. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Dry steps. Execute. You cannot. Barrier, 43%. Sliced, maniac. Barrier, 0%.
还没准备好，
Skittering abomination. Skittering abomination. Skittering execution. Fury's pestilent host.
我还没准备好，
Barrier, 0%. Execution. Fury 73%. That mirror, you cannot. Mirroring play. Not ready. Play magnet. Barrier, play magnet nest. Life 78%. Life
还没准备
93%.
好，
Tabu Jam Fester Pool. Tabu Jam Fester Pool. Tabu Jam Fester Pool. Elite. Fury
还没准备
72%.
好，
Fury 99%. Door. You cannot, Chromac Fester Pool.
必须再等一下，
Chromac Fester Pool. Elite. That skill is not ready. Life, that skill is Chromac Fester Pool. That skill is not
必须
ready.
再等一下，
Life 55. Chromac Fester Pool. Chromac Fester Pool. Chromac Fester Pool. Chromac Fester Pool. Elite. Barrier, 0%.
还没准备
That
好，
skill is not ready. Fury 71%. You cannot, maniac, that skill is not ready. Maniac. Fury 92%. Pestilent Coat, that skill is not ready. Fury 95%. Pestilent Chief Executioner. Fortify,
必须
88%
再等
slash.
一下，
Make flight, abomination, executioner. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 0%. Plague maggot,
我必须再等一下，
plague maggot, that skill is not ready. You cannot,
必须再等一下，
that's the plague maggot. Barrier, plague, barrier, 0%. Fury 71%.
必须再等一下，
Fury 49, that skill is not ready. Fury 100%. Plague execution. Plague, you cannot. Fury 76%. Fury 54%. Fury 27%. Plague maggot. That skill is not ready. Execution. Plague maggot. Plague maggot. Fury 100%. Corpse, that skill is not ready. Corpse pile, you cannot,
还没准备好，
you can, corpse, you play, corpse pile, barrier, 0%,
还没准备好，
article page, fame, elite, barrier, article page, fame,
我必
elite,
须再等
article
一下
page, fame, elite. Article page fame, elite. Fury 100%. Article,
必须再等一下，
that skill is not ready. Article page fame, elite. That skill is not ready. Fury 73, plague maggot. Fury, that skill is not ready.
我还没
Fury
准备好，
73%. Fury 97%. Caged Heart of Tempting Fate. Crest Torturer. Hero, Smiting Bloods, 1, Smite, Awakened Stone. Allocate XP. Dry, Dungeon Wave 1, Teleport Confirmation. Travel to Kyle. The Fear status effect prevents enemies from moving or taking action and causes the affected target to run away for a short duration. It can Kyle Shat. LB. 92, World Tier Statue. Fortify. 65% slash. Clock, Lurking, Crest, Teeming Shell. Protection Omen, Empyrean Adorn, Victory Attrition. Ancestral, Vanguard Exile. Ancestral Rare Poliarm. Pain Strike. Pain Bane. Crest Torturer. Ancestral Rare Helm. Crest Torturer, Lurking Mask, Crest Torturer. Ancestral Rare, 2-hand, neck. Equip Profile, Head. Crest Lurking Mask. Ancestral Rare Helm, Lurking Masters, Combat Way. Ancestral Rare Axe, Glory Anvil. Ancestral Glory Anvil. Ancestral Rare Mace, Glory Anvil. Ancestral Masters Hewer. Ancestral Masters Corpse Raiments. Ancestral Rare Pant, Mutiny Sight. Mutant Exploit Doom Stompers. Flawless Brimstone Badge. Ancestral Rare Amulet. 752 item power. 17.8% resistance to all Brimstone Proven Bane. Ancestral Rare Two-Handed Kiowa Shat. Waypoint. Left mouse button. Interact Corman's Workbench. Craft Malignant Items. Salvage Malignant Items. Dexterity, Fortify, 0% / Fury 0%. Craft Malignant Items. Exploiters Archon Greaves. Ancestral Legendary Boots. 790 item power. Band of Unrelenting Fury. Ancestral Legendary Ring. 777 item power. 24.8% cold resistance. 24.8 glory and devilish. Band of Unrelenting Fury. Havoc Band of Unrelenting Fury. Ancestral Legendary Ring. 777 item power. 24.8% cold resistance. 24.8% plus 24.8 devilish crag hammer. Sacred Legendary Mace, bludgeoning. 676 item power. 700 Battle Mad Bulova. Sacred Legendary Axe, slashing. 670 item devilish crag hammer. Master devilish crag hammer. Sacred Crest Torturer. Ancestral Rare Helm. 784 item power. 980 armor, minus 50 Oz weapons. 245,200 armor vendor. 245,258,656 gold. 245,843,396 gold. Salvage. Exploiters Archon directly in inventory. Band of Unrelenting Fury. Directly in inventory. In Quest. At Sort. Consume. All directly. Garan Hold Nightmare Sigil. Ancestral Domhain Tunnels Night. Immortal Emanate. Hoarfrost Demise Nightmare Sigil. Holy Decree. Left mouse. Equipment. The Helltide has risen in multiple Travelers Beware. Deadly Ibda. Left mouse button. Stash. Boneweave Helm of Numbing Wrath. Health Glory and Temerity. Ancestral Consumables. Flawless Amethyst. Gem. Strength. 804. Staff. Sever Tormentor. Consume. 2. Weak Vicious. Brutal. You do not. Stash. Sort. 2. Sort. Dexter. Equipment. Aspects. Ibda. 4. Feeding Pit. Left mouse button. Druids shapeshift when they change into a different form, which can often grant them additional bonuses. Feeding Pit. Strike. Sand. Bitter. Awakened Cliffstone. Left mouse button. Fractured Peaks. Executioner. Plague Maggot. 100%. Plague Maggot. 21% Flash. Superior. Plague Maggot Young. That skill is not ready. Fury 58. Plague Maggot. Stormy Plague Maggot. Plague Maggot. Plague Maggot. Barrier. 34%. That skill is not ready. Fury 57%. Slain Villager. That skill is not ready. Fury 100%. Awaken. You cannot. Plague Maggot. That skill is not ready. 0%. Armor and that skill is not ready. Fly Swarm. The fleeting Fly Swarm. Pestilent Host. Fly Swarm. Pestilent Host. 33%. Fly Swarm. 16 S. Sort. Sent. Lord Bitter Flash. Ancestral Rare Amulet. 787 item power. 18.5% resistance to all element. 200 Lord's Talons. Visceral Rigging. Ancestral Rare Pants. 795 item power. 795 armor, +2. While in heroic Angor Reaver. Ancestral Angor heroic helmet. Ancestral heroic helmet, armor, 8400, dexterity, 600, smiting bloodsucker. Heroic helmet. Consumable. Domhain Tunnel's Nightmare Sigil. Domhain Tunnel's Nightmare Sigil. After finishing the campaign, new challenges and rewards await in the Nightmare and Torment World tiers. Galdma Bushland. The Helltide has risen in multiple territories. Dryth Event, Whisper, Charnel House, Fracture, Dungeon, Elf Waypoint, Undiscovered, Skoskalan, Dungeon, Dryth Waypoint, Nightmare, Teleport Confirmation, 45, 51% slash. Has active combat damage. Text is colored to mean different things: critical strike, overpower, and Torf's Strath. Fury 11%. Domhain Tunnels. Skills can trigger lucky hit effects. If a skill has a lucky hit chance of 50%, and an effect a 20% chance to stun an enemy, then that skill will stun enemies on Crimson Passages. The Helltide has risen in multiple territories. Fury 0%. Torf's Strath. Blood. Barrier. Fortified. 91%. Blood Clan Marauder. Barrier. Fortified. Flawless. Fury 59%. Thorn Beast. Thorn Beast. Fury 82%. Blood Corpse. That's still Corpse Finder. Barrier. 0%. That's still Blood Clan Mauler. Fury 57%. Blood Clan Mauler. Thorn Beast. Fury 30%. Thorn Beast. Fury 100%. Corpse. Blood Corpse Finder. Barrier. Corpse Finder. Blood Clan Mauler. Corpse Finder. Corpse Finder. Thorn Beast. Fury 98%. Blood. You cannot. Barrier. 43%. Fury 77. Thorn Beast. Corpse Finder. 0.50%. Corpse Finder. Fury 95%. You cannot.
我还没准备好。
You cannot. Thorn Beast. Fury 7. Thorn Beast. Fury not barrier. 0%. That skill is 99. Flawless. That found prisoner. You can mercy. You cannot. Barrier. 42. Thorn Beast. Fury 67. And barrier. 0. Fury 95%. That skill is not ready. That skill. You cannot. Skoskalan. Off sword. Angor Reaver. Ancestral rare two-handed mace. Bludgeoning. 45. Barrier. 43%. 80% Finder. 100% Flash. Fury 7. Flesh Feaster. Elite. Barrier. 0%. Character. Thorn Beast. Flesh Beast. Thorn Beast. You cannot. Flesh Beaster. Elite. Barrier. 37%. That skill is not ready. Barrier. 0%. That skill is not ready. You cannot. Prisoner. You cannot. Fortify. 80% Flash. You cannot use that skill while you are at full life. Flawless sword. Dexterity. 648. Item contribution. 301. Increases critical strike chance. 43%. Strider's shoes. Ancestral. Barrier. 0%. That skill is not ready. Dom blood you cannot you cannot blood plant you cannot that skill is not ready. Blood plant 65%. That skill is not ready.
I may准备好。
39. That skill is not ready. Fury 83%. Dark Descent. Barrier 0%. Blood Clan Mauler. Blood Clan Mauler. You cannot fortify. Barrier 44%. Blood Clan Impaler. Barrier 80%. That skill is flawless sap. That skill you cannot blood clan shaman. Barrier 40%. Blood clan impale. Blood that skill is not ready. Fury Fury 91%. Barrier 43%. That skill is not ready. Blood clan stone cairn. Barrier 0%. Blood, that skill is not ready. Blood clan mauler. 42%. Blood clan, flawless barrier, blood clan mauler. 0%. 99. Flawless sap. Flawless barrier. 38%. Lethal shrine. Blood, that skill is blood clan impaler. Barrier 0%. Fury 70%. Barrier 41%. Blood Clan Corpse Winder. Blood Clan Impaler. Fury 65%. Not ready. Fury 100%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 42%. Fury 80%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. That's armor. Character level. Barrier 9 nines. Fury 100%. Not ready. Barrier 0%. That skill is barrel. Blood clan impaler. Barrier blood clan barrel. Blood clan mauler. Fury 50%. Fury 82%. That skill is not flop. That you cannot blood, barrier 40%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 10, Fury 86%. Corpse Winder, Corpse. That you cannot use that skill while you are at full life. That skill is not ready. 92. Fortify. 65% slash. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Fortify. 45% slash. Lost stone. A barrier has been dispelled. Donghane tunnels. Inner cave. Barrier. 43%. That skill is not ready. 45, 65% slash. That skill is not ready. 45, 87%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 39%. Can't chop rise. Barrier 0%. Pulse. Awakened Glyphstone. You are all awakened Glyphstone. Allocate XP. Fortify 64% slash. Magic rare node. Map expand rare node. Havoc. Plus 30.0% critical strike damage. Fury 66%. Destruction salvation. Beasts Gale Menace. Beast Saw Gale Menace. Ancestral rare mace. Gale Menace. Chop rise. Chop rise. Hand Titan's Nexus. Ancestral rare chest armor. 797 item power. 1395 armor, plus 9. 27.5% fire resistance, 24.5 to 45.5%, plus 27.5%. 10.5% damage reduction from distant enemies, 9.5 to 16.5%, minus 11 point. Titan's hand cage, bitter Titan's Nexus, and Titan's Nexus, ancestral rare chest armor, 797 item power, 1395 armor, plus 9. Hand cage, visceral rigging, ancestral rare pants, visceral rigging, mask hand cage, ancestral visceral ground pounders, ancestral rare boots, 786 item power, 393 armor, plus 2. Plus 1 max evade charge 1 to 2, plus 1. 32.0% fire bitter flash, ancestral rare amulet, 780 gale necklace, bitter flash, gale necklace, ancestral rare amulet, 800 item power, 18.5, flawless ruby, whirl challenge, iron skin, level 92 experience, awakened glyph stone, fortify, 0% slash, fury 0%. Awakened glyph stone, you can revive other players by clicking on their spirits. They can rejoin the fight immediately. Saragar. Inner cave. Left mouse button. Interact. Aelbart. Runes and amulets. 246,387,074 gold. 246,652,957 gold. Craft gems. Destroy craft. Royal disabled. Quarry. Left mouse button. Consumable equipment. With Pulse of the Damned Nightmare Sigil. Old inner cave. Left mouse button. Interact. CD Zivek. Salvage. Repair. Upgrade item. Salvage. Gar's devastating grips. Ancestral unique Gale chain of retribution. Ancestral legendary amulet. 700 directly obsidian blade of inner calm. Ancestral legendary sword. Directly in Edgemaster's Marauder axe. Ancestral legendary axe. Slashing. 772 item power. 1028 damage per second. Minus 120. Directly smiting bloodsucker. Directly in inventory. Sword. Consumable quest. Whisper. Port. Direct. Wisp. Pulse of the Damned. Port. Mercy's Reach. Nightmares. Immortal. Sword. Quest. Equipment. You cannot do that in this area. The fleeting gift of Mother's Blessing grants a 25% boost to experience and gold earned from wardrobe, stash, chair. The fleeting gift of Mother's Blessing grants a 25% boost to experience and gold earned from monster kills. Arrow. The fleeting gift of Mother's Blessing grants a 25% boost to experience and gold earned from monster kills. Wardrobe. Left mouse button. Unequipped look. Left mouse button. Armor. Purchase slot. Purchase. Stat wardrobe. Left mouse button. Stash. Left mouse button. Storm's companion. Ancestral. Royal. Sword. Royal diamond. Royal sapphire. Edit. Sword. Equipment. Sword. Flawless topaz. 35. Titan's Nexus. Consumables. Arrow. Equip quest. Consume. Arrow. The Inky aspect. Sword. Aspects. Exit